This is the AirDoctor AD3500 air purifier. Right away, the design really stands out to me. It's got a simple, rectangular shape with a glossy white finish. While it doesn't exactly scream luxury appliance, I like that it doesn't draw too much attention in my living space. It's not bulky or awkward, and even though it covers some serious square footage, the unit itself feels surprisingly light for the size. According to the specs, it's about 24 pounds, but with the handle on top, even I find it easy to move between rooms whenever I need to. When I first got the AirDoctor AD3500, I'll be honest, I was a little skeptical about how much difference an air purifier could make. I always thought my house was clean enough and didn't really think much about the invisible stuff in the air. But when I found out that indoor air can actually be up to 100 times more polluted than the air outside, I knew it was time to give it a try, especially after my furnace malfunctioned and pushed soot and fumes right into the house. That was an eye-opener for me. This purifier is meant for larger spaces, up to 1,260 square feet, so I set mine up in our main living area, which has an open concept between the kitchen and family room. I've got the smaller AirDoctor 2000 for bedrooms, but this one really shines in big rooms where the family spends the most time together. Honestly, I think it's perfect for homes like mine with an open layout, or for anyone who has bigger rooms where air can really get trapped. Key features that made me stick with the AD3500 are its filter system and sensitivity. The big selling point is something called UltraHEPA filtration. A lot of purifiers use something called a HEPA filter, which stands for high-efficiency particulate air. HEPA filters are designed to trap small bits of stuff like dust, pollen, and pet dander that float around and make you sneeze or have allergies. UltraHEPA is even finer. It's able to catch particles that are 100 times smaller than the standard HEPA. That means smoke, bacteria, and even virus-sized particles get caught instead of landing in your lungs. From my experience, that's especially useful during allergy season or any time there's extra dust in the air. When the furnace mishap happened, I checked the filter. The outer layer, which picks up large dust and debris first, was honestly pretty gross, but at the same time, I was happy to see all that stuff stuck in there instead of flowing through my home air. If you ask me, knowing the filter is doing its job makes the replacement cost worth it. The filter setup includes a layer for trapping odors and gases, like fumes from cooking, cleaning, or in my case, a broken furnace, so there's no leftover smell or hazard in the air. About the maintenance, changing the filters is as easy as it gets. There's a magnetic panel in front that pops open with barely any effort. I just slide the old filter out, put in the new one, and click the lid back into place. There's also a reminder light, so there's no guessing about when to replace your filters. For me, that's helpful because I totally lose track of stuff like this. The user manual says HEPA filters are designed to last a full year, and the VOC filters, the ones that handle gases and odors, are good for about 6 months, which is reasonable for me, but I have to admit, the replacement filters are on the pricey side. The AirDoctor AD3500 has a control panel on top that's super easy to use, even for people who aren't tech savvy. There's an auto mode that lets the machine dial up or slow down the fan depending on how clean the air is inside. There's a little sensor light that changes color, blue when the air is clean, yellow for moderate, and red when there's a lot of stuff in the air that needs to be filtered out. I notice that when we're cooking or someone walks through with muddy shoes, the light changes and the fan speeds up without me needing to touch anything. That's one of those simple features that just takes worry off my mind. I'm sensitive to noise, especially in the evenings, so I was worried about it being loud. On its highest setting, the fan does get pretty strong, and I wouldn't want it running right next to me while watching a movie. But on auto or low settings, it's much quieter, like a fridge humming in the background, and I often forget it's even on. There's a dim mode for nighttime too, which turns off all the indicator lights so it doesn't keep anyone awake. That might sound like a small thing, but I appreciate not having random lights blinking all night. Even though I was a little put off early on by the basic look and not having a remote control, yeah, I'm spoiled by my other appliances, I feel like the positives outweigh the nitpicks. The real benefit has been in how the air feels at home, less dust, fewer lingering smells, and just an overall feeling of the space being fresher. I've noticed a difference, especially after running it regularly. It also helps with pet dander since I have a dog that sheds a lot. For anyone who's new to air purifiers, CODR is a term you'll probably see a lot. It stands for Clean Air Delivery Rate. The number with this model, 340 cubic feet per minute, is pretty high, meaning it can handle a lot of air quickly. That's one reason it's so effective in big open areas. You can also move the unit easily. It's not too heavy, and with the built-in handle, even someone like me who isn't a bodybuilder can carry it. If I had to point out a downside, it would definitely be the price of filter replacements. They aren't cheap, costing close to double what some other brands charge for a set. That said, from my experience, you're paying for higher performance, and if you worry about things like allergies, family health, or just having cleaner air overall, I think it's a worthwhile investment. For people with young kids or anyone elderly in the house, I'd recommend this for peace of mind, just knowing that the air inside your home is as clean as possible. When it comes to how it fits in with everyday life, I would say it blends in well enough. The design isn't flashy, but it's practical, and if you're bothered by lights or sounds, you can bring those down with just a button press. I wish there was a remote, but honestly, since I leave it on auto most of the time, I don't really need one. For me, the most important part is the performance, and I haven't been disappointed. In conclusion, the AirDoctor AD3500 air purifier is great at what it does. I've had my doubts at first, but over the months, I've come to trust it to keep my home's air fresher, cleaner, and safer for my family. The UltraHEPA filter really does the heavy lifting, especially after accidental events like my furnace issue, and the maintenance is easy enough that I don't dread it. The upfront cost and filter replacements might make you think twice, but if you care about your home's air quality, I believe this is a solid, reliable choice. I will leave all the information about the AirDoctor AD3500 air purifier in the comments. I hope to see you again in the following videos.